Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Sims 4 Random Legacy Challenge. When we left off last time, Lauren had just got home from work and we're not doing too well with the scientist career yet. We're still trying to get the hang of it. We haven't successfully completed all of the tasks on the list as of yet. But the family are just settling down for dinner apart from Lauren, who had something to eat while she was at work. Now, today's episode is going to be an Easter special. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone onto the holiday calendar, which you can find down here, and I've actually just added in a few holidays of my own to the standard ones that pop up. Given that it is Easter weekend right now, I figured it would be fitting to do an Easter holiday. So here I've added in my Easter. I've also added in one that I like to do on a lot of my saves called Summer Fun, towards the end of summer, where they splash around in the water, have a barbecue, and have some drinks. We've also added in a fireworks night, just because #British. Okay, so yeah, so I've added in a few holidays and Halloween as well. I've added that one in. Okay, so I may add in some more as we go through. I haven't quite decided yet. But one thing that has been raised to me actually is since the end of my last episode, somebody has told me that Melvin, our helper over here, is actually allowed a career. So once I'm done with this Easter special, I will just be going back through the rules again. I did have a quick look through after reading this comment, but I couldn't find any rule that said the helper could or could not have another career. So I will just go into it a little bit more depth. The rules are quite long. I may have just missed it or not noticed. It says that the third person can have a job. If it does, fantastic. If not, I'm not bothered. For all I know, he may roll and be unemployed. Anyway, what we're going to do is once the family are all ready, we're going to send them off to bed. Okay, and she's gone to bed very early. I'm not sure why. But once the family are ready for bed, we'll send them to bed, and then tomorrow Easter will begin, and we're going to go over to one of the parks, and we're going to do an Easter egg hunt. Meet the Flower Bunny, okay, who is the Sims version of the Easter Bunny. If you are nice to the Flower Bunny, you will get eggs. Okay, so that is basically what this episode is going to be, just for a bit of fun in the challenge, just to give the family a bit of a day out, a day off work, go and have some fun and for eggs in some bushes. Okay, so we've invited Sim here, Liliana Kialoha. I think she's from the Island Paradise expansion pack, but we're just going to make some friends, because the more friends we have, the better. Okay, so let's all have a chat in our pajamas. Okay. Melvin's decided he wants to go play video games instead. That's rude. Oh well. So I'm just gonna zoom through here. Just kind of get to know this woman. And she's gone off to bed. I guess she is kind of tired from her day at work. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure what quite happened there, but he ended up inside the counter. She ended up literally in the fridge. That was funny. Okay, so he's about to go to bed, so what we'll do, just because there's a known glitch with asking Sims to leave, while we've got the opportunity, we're going to ask her to leave. Sometimes if you leave it too long before attempting to ask a Sim to leave, and they've been there for, I don't actually know what the threshold is, but I've noticed it's around a few hours. Okay, for some reason you will no longer be able to ask that Sim to leave, and they will just stay at your house until they've either go to work or they've got to go to school, depending on whether they're a child or not. It seems we have another visitor. I believe this is one of the vampires from the vampire expansion pack. This is Lilith Vittore, and we can see another vampire, Vladislaus Stroud. He has already threatened us via text, telling us that we have a lovely neck. Hopefully he's going to leave us alone and not be too creepy tonight. It looks like they're both going away. That's good. We could do without any vampire intrusions, I think. I don't want to have to start going into the garlic route and having garlic wreaths hanging at my door. If possible, I would like to prevent that. Okay, so... Okay, so Brandon's just woken up. He needs to pee. Okay, let's go let him take a shower and everything. She could do with a wash as well. And Melvin can make a start on breakfast, providing he doesn't burn the house down again. I shouldn't have said that because I've probably jinxed it, because I think that's what happened last time with the fire. I said please don't burn the house down and he set fire to the eggs, which is unheard of. I've not actually heard in real life of anyone managing to set fire to their kitchen whilst cooking eggs. I've heard of other things, more complicated things causing fires, but never sticks and toast. Okay, so here we go. Easter has begun. Our tasks for the day are to do an egg hunt and Flower Bunny, do friendly interactions with the Flower Bunny. Okay, so hopefully that will all go well. It should be a nice day out in the park for our Sims. Okay, so breakfast is ready and he's just got out of the shower. Let's call everyone to a meal. And hopefully they'll have a nice breakfast together. This is always one of the most important things I find with a family. If you get them having a nice breakfast together, it kind of boosts their social skill or their social mood for the start of the day, which prevents them from going to work or school with a low social need. Now Melvin is definitely in need of a shower, but I think we need to get her to use the toilet first, and then, I don't know, go watch some telly or something so that she can chill out before our day out. Okay, he's all good and fine, so he can go and put the rest of the breakfast away and maybe play a game or two on the computer before they go out, just while Melvin gets all good and ready. No, please wait for her before you... Okay, fine. Go to the toilet. Okay. And now you're embarrassed because you didn't wait. So none of them seemed to like the food that Melvin made for them. I guess we have to get him to be a bit of a better chef. Like I said, I am going to have a look at the other rules to see if he does indeed get a career or not. For now, just for this episode, we're going to play without him having a career. It would be quite cool if he could just be the home helper if he was unemployed. Just to kind of like have some handiness, have some cooking skill, maybe be, for want of a better word, their butler. Okay, so once he's out of the bath, we will all go out. There we go. Oh, hello, the Flower Bunny's visited home. Okay. Right, okay, let's give him a hug. And then we will all go out together. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's just go out. I'm not sure which park I want to go to yet. Okay, let's have a look. We got the Magnolia Blossom Park, which comes with Willow Creek. That might actually be quite a good one because there's a lot of flowers around. But we do, of course, have a selection of all of these worlds, each of which comes with different kind of community lots and things like that. But just for now, we are going to stick with the Willow Creek world because it might just be easier. Okay, so there we go. Might as well invite some of our other friends along with us. Okay, let's all go to the park together and have a lovely day hunting for eggs. Okay, so here we go. We're at the park now. And although it's raining, I'm sure it's going to be a lovely day out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to queue up for each of them to go hunting for eggs in some of the various bushes round about. There's loads of bushes here, so that hopefully that's lots of opportunities for them each to have a look for some eggs. Okay, I've done it before where I've gone to maybe lots that don't have quite so many bushes, and it had to go to multiple places just to be able to find the amount of eggs that I wanted. Now, I'm not really sure how many different eggs there actually are, so we're just going to do our best because we've got Melvin, who's a bit of a collector, and we're going to see how many of these eggs that we can collect for the household. Okay. So yeah, there's loads of plants here that the three of them can have a look around in, and we'll just see how many eggs we have at the end of the day, and hopefully decorate our house with them because the house is looking a little bit sparse at the moment. Okay, so I think they've all found at least one at the moment, which is good. Okay. Everyone loves a good Easter egg hunt. It is such a shame that at the moment, for a lot of us, that is not an option unless it's just around the house. Although that was always a family tradition with my family. We always used to be at my nan's for Easter holidays because my parents worked a lot. And what my nan would do and my granddad is they'd buy loads of cream eggs back when they weren't too expensive, and we would all go around the house looking for where they'd hidden the cream eggs. Now they'd be all over the garden, all over the house. I think I found one inside a sconce-style lampshade once. I had asked them what would happen if one of us hadn't found it and you turned the light on and it melted and stuck. Turns out they hadn't thought that far ahead. They just thought it was a good place to hide an egg. Okay, so let's have a look. What's he screaming about? Okay, so that is a celebrity, that's why. So there's a celebrity who's turned up and somebody is having a fanatic moment over there. Now, unfortunately, the flower bunny doesn't seem to have come with us. Perhaps we've missed our chance with the flower bunny now. I'm not too sure. They may reappear later because the day isn't over yet. Right, so let's have a look and see what we've got and see if we've got enough to be happy with, because they are getting rather wet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of eggs with him. She's got 6 different types of eggs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, okay, Brandan's hit the jackpot there and has 10 different types of eggs. Okay, so I think because it's raining, we're not going to stick around in the park just because they are getting uncomfortably wet by this point. I'm going to let them go home and get changed, maybe cook up a nice dinner. Okay, and maybe we'll see if the flower bunny's still there and see if they can give us any more Easter eggs. We'll put the ones we got up around the house just to get some decoration. Okay, so there's no flower bunny here, unfortunately. So it does look like we have accidentally missed our chance. Perhaps I was too late in leaving the house. I was hoping the flower bunny was going to be at the park. So in future, I'll know that if the flower bunny does turn up, don't leave the lot that you're on, because the flower bunny isn't going to, so to speak, respawn. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay all of the different eggs out, just so we know how many of each one that we've got. Okay, so that we can kind of plan where we're going to put all of these lovely eggs. Okay, so that's the ones out of his inventory. And then we've got this one, that one. Oh, we've got 3 of those now, and 4 of these. I'm guessing, is that one quite a common one? Yes, it is. So, is that... Okay, we don't have any of those yet. They look quite cool. I like the purple base on that one. I really like those. Okay, and we've got the yellow and blue one. Okay, so I know I've mentioned that my family had a bit of a tradition for doing an Easter egg hunt. And what sort of things did your families do around Easter, or what do you do now around Easter? I know for a lot of people, Easter's a bit of a confusing holiday because although it has kind of the religious element to it, it also has like the whole chocolate eggs and egg hunts and things like that that maybe aren't quite so religious. Um, so obviously, I know for a lot of people it has a deep spiritual meaning. But I'm just wondering, kind of like, what sort of things do you and your family get on with at Easter? Okay, so we've got 11 different eggs there. Um, this one we've got 5 of, the one with love hearts on. Unfortunately, we can't sell the kind of extra ones. We do have to keep hold of them. We can't make any money from things like collections. So I think what we're going to do is the purple doesn't really seem to fit anywhere in the house at the moment. We're going to start with the green ones, I think. We can have one up there, one on the dresser there, one on the desk, and also one on that dresser there. And we'll also do the yellow and blues, kind of similar. We could get as many of these around the house as possible, just to kind of decorate it until we get something else to decorate them with. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do actually is I'm just gonna go into buy mode and maybe put a couple of shelves up, just because I don't think we're gonna have enough space for all the different eggs that we've got here. Okay, so I'm just gonna open up the family inventory. Now I'm sure there's a faster way to do this rather than placing each one in individually, but if there is, I don't know of a shortcut for putting an item straight into the inventory, or at least not on PC mode. I think there is a way on the console mode, because when I was trying to build my boyfriend a house on the PS4, I kept accidentally putting things into the family inventory without meaning to. Needless to say, I am highly unfamiliar with the way that the Sims 4 on PS4 is actually played. The controls are confusing and generally kind of a bit clunky, I feel. I don't know what your experiences are with using consoles, or if you do use a console, how do you get on with it? Have you tried the PC one? And if so, do you find that one awkward just because it's not what you're used to? Okay, let's have a look here. We're going to add some shelves in. Okay, so we're just going to get some basic ones just because we still don't have that much money at the moment. Just going to put a few shelves in there. Hopefully we will be able to fit the rest of our beautiful eggs up on these shelves. Or not, we've got 3 of those on that shelf already. Okay. Right, maybe 2 more shelves are needed. One there and one there. Okay. It does seem a little bit much with the amount of eggs that we have lying around. I may change that later. I may put some of kind of like ones that are the same. I might put into the family inventory and just hold them in there, just because it does look a bit cluttered. Just for now, we're just going to display all of the eggs we've found. There we go, that looks a bit better. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna leave it like that for now, I think. Okay, and let our Sims carry on with the rest of their day now that we've got some decorations up. Okay, so they're all kind of uncomfortable and wet, so let's just change them all out of their wet clothes. Okay, apparently she doesn't want to change out her wet clothes, it's not coming up as an option. No, but she can clean out spoiled food. And he also doesn't want to change out his clothes. Maybe it's because they're not actually uncomfortable right now. So it doesn't bother them that their clothes are wet. I'm not sure. But they're not hungry enough to want anything to eat. So I think we're just going to use the rest of the day here, just to kind of like see. He needs to raise his charisma skill at some point, so he might as well work on that a little bit today, with his day off work. And she's absolutely fine as she is. Okay, and what we're going to do is, I know, we'll send Melvin, we'll get her reading a book or something just so she's occupied. Okay. Okay, so read Lord of the Swings. Okay. Alright, so we're going to send Melvin around the neighbourhood and see if we can find kind of like distinct spots, see what sort of things we can root up, seeing as we're on a bit of a collection day. I'm going to be avoiding the plants for the time being, just because I don't really want to start the gardening stuff just yet. I want to focus more on the other collections in the house, because with the amount of expansion packs I've got, the gardening collection could take literally forever to complete, especially once you go down the splicing route. All the base plants are obviously pretty easy to get a hold of. You just find the plant in the wild and you grab it and plant it in your own backyard. But once you start going down the splicing route, there are so many different options, so many different plants that you can create, and I guess genetically modify is technically what they're doing there. Yeah, so we've got him going around the neighbourhood there. I think we've basically looked everywhere in this neighbourhood. I might have missed some. I thought there were more. Either that or they're just not showing up yet. It may be too early. I know they do have a respawn rate. I can't remember what that rate is. But yeah, you can also look inside logs and ponds and stuff like that for frogs. Go around the parks. They're always a nice place to try and find some of this stuff. But we'll leave it at that for now because he is now actually uncomfortable with how wet he is. So we're going to get him to change out his wet clothes when he gets home. Okay, but first he wants to chat with Mortimer Goff. And what on earth is Mortimer Goff wearing? I mean, I know the season's update was after he was added to the game, but I have never seen or wanted to see Mortimer Goff with a wrap around his head. I think it does not suit him one bit. Okay, so I know most people from the forums and the Facebook pages that I am on. I know most people tend to change their townies looks, which I do in other saves as well. Before this one, I think we'll just stick with all this random weirdness that seems to go on with the townies. So we're just going to leave Mortimer in his bad knitted jumper and the t-shirt wrapped around on his head like a wrap. Okay, and he wants to go and chat with Mortimer, that's fine. Or not. Okay, go home.
Wilp, Kavina Renix, Chub away.
Okay, so having a look here at Brandan's inspiration, it has reminded me that we will need to make a start on having some kids at some point soon, so we will get started on that soon-ish, I guess. We will also need to get a chess set for Lauren because she needs to learn her logic skill. Okay, so how are our Sims doing now? They seem okay. Might be time for Melvin to make them some dinner. Okay, so we're just gonna go with something easy. Actually, no, I think there's loads of salad left in the fridge. Let's just have a look in the fridge a moment. Yeah, there's 7 servings of salad left, so I think they can each get some leftovers instead. Okay, and has he got his skill up high enough? Yeah, I obviously did not notice the notification coming and telling me. Okay, now too many people trying to get to the fridge at once does not generally work, so go get your leftovers. And you. No, Melvin's in the fridge, there we go. Try again. Okay, there we go. So the 3 of them are just going to sit and have a nice meal together. And then probably going to turn in after a little while. Okay. Okay, so they're just going to have a chat about Easter, about how their day was, stuff like that. And we're just going to try and lead them towards getting the next bit of the challenge done, because they are going to need to have kids. I find it easier to have the kids, or at least get the having kids started early, just so they don't leave it to the very end and end up rather old with a baby in the house. I think the worst mistake I ever made playing Sims was having a Sim basically give birth before she turned into an elder. She was old and she was dealing with a screaming baby. Not exactly the ideal lifestyle there, I don't think. Okay. So they're having a nice chat. We're just going to throw in a bit of lovey-dovey stuff in there.
Fantrop Nipso, Thepid Mom, Silne, Suflo Gra, Barnet.
There's a crazy party happening at the Bluffs. We'll skip for now, because he's already so tired that he's wanting to autonomously go to sleep. So we're just going to get...
From Chima to Hima.
Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to put them to cry for a baby. I mean, she may or may not end up pregnant from this the first time. We'll give them some privacy, guys. Okay, let's focus on Melvin for a bit. He is there just playing some video games, which suits him absolutely fine. He is feeling a bit angry right now. I'm not entirely sure where that came from, just because he's hot-headed. Maybe he wants to knock on the wall a little bit at the moment. I'm not too sure. Either way, he's got his game there, and he'll be going to bed once he is done with his game. These 2 are now asleep. Bless them. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to leave it there, I think. They've had a nice Easter. They all seem pretty happy with the Easter that they've had. Okay, so yeah, they're all seeming pretty fulfilled with that. They had a nice day out of the park, even if it was in the rain, hunting for Easter eggs. They did meet the flower bunny. Unfortunately, I didn't realise that the flower bunny wouldn't go to the park as well. Last time I played an Easter holiday, the Easter Bunny was at the park, so I thought that would happen. We've got all of our eggs all displayed around the house. Like I said, I might change it up a little bit without selling them, because that would be against the rules of the challenge. I might just make it a little bit tidier, with only 1 of each egg at least in each room, because here we've got 3 of the same egg in the same room. We've got 5 of these ones over here. So I might just like split spread out the eggs a little bit more and try and make them a bit more kind of nicely placed rather than just scattered everywhere. But that'll be it for now. So thank you very much for watching my Easter episode of my Random Legacy Challenge, and I hope to see you all very soon.